Yep. I'm about to hop into a gondola with none other than Jay Pearson. Let's do it, Jay.
All right, let's go.
All right. So, we did not get a podcast recording session in this week because you were doing how many sessions?
I did 2.
Okay.
I could have done 3, but there wasn't room, believe it or not.
I did this many.
Wow.
And you know what?
What?
That was the perfect number for me.
Well, you're here for the connections. I
Yes.
feel. Yeah.
Which is why I didn't ski at all.
I didn't either. My family did. This is a working event, so.
So, we've
yeah.
got one gondola ride up. And then you're riding right back down?
Yeah.
Okay,
Sure.
I'll ride up and down and then back up.
Okay.
Because I'm staying for the evening sessions. So, I have had a ton of great conversations this week on this gondola. Like just a minute ago,
Yeah.
I met Tony Schmitz.
Okay,
Who
yeah.
works for MSC.
Yeah.
I've never met him before.
Okay, yeah.
And he's the guy behind their whole MillMax software.
Yeah. Oh, perfect.
He was a professor,
Yeah.
mechanical engineering,
Yeah.
bunch of different schools, developed a bunch of IP,
Yeah.
and got acquired by MSC.
Yeah.
And that's where MillMax came from.
That's awesome.
And I said, it's amazing.
Yeah.
I thought MSC was a completely faceless corporation that had 0 humans involved.
Right. No. Well, that's changing apparently. So.
Apparently.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna rest my elbow, otherwise my hands will get tired.
Sure. Here, I'll slide over so we're framed a little bit better. How about that?
So, what are your big takeaways from the week?
Yeah, for my big takeaways is like this is a place to be. There's such a brain trust here of like our mission statement, forward-thinking manufacturers. You know,
Yep.
it's people who will pay the price, the cost, just to make their businesses, their lives better, their people, product, process, all that good stuff. It's been pretty amazing. You're rubbing shoulders with some amazing, like really sharp people. My 2 sessions, I really wanted people to I wanted it to be a discussion because I'm in a room with people who have experienced a lot.
Yep.
Some people haven't experienced anything. They're
Yep.
getting like their first machine or their first employee.
Yep.
And I'm thinking, man, dude, I'm so excited for you. Please come seek me out.
Yeah.
Or you too.
This afternoon, I got to hang out and talk with Martin Terryberry for a while.
Yeah.
And I've met him before.
Yeah.
But it was the first chance I had for an actual chunk of real conversation that was not a bumped into him in the aisles or at the Haas booth
Right,
at
yeah.
IMTS where he's like, 2 minutes, hey, ho, is it?
Yeah,
Quick
yeah.
selfie and like, the next thing. And the substantive conversations you can have here.
Yeah.
And it's great. So
It's
I've been asking
irreplaceable.
a bunch of folks why they came.
Look at that.
Air vents shut.
Kind of.
I've been asking a bunch of folks why they came to this, and most of the answers have involved there are people here that I want to meet. I talked just after lunch today to the national sales director for RegoFix,
Okay, yeah. Uh-huh.
and he's like, there are so many young people. I think he probably includes us in the young people category.
Class of
I'll take it.
2016.
I'll take it.
Okay.
That are doing interesting things here, and he wants to meet them and hear what they're doing.
I love that.
And it was so impactful for me to be at IMTS in 2016.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And it has continued to open doors to me
Yeah.
to this day.
Yeah.
And there is now another generation, almost 2 generations, younger than us that are now starting machine shops, growing businesses.
Yeah.
And we are the people they are meeting
Yeah.
at this.
Right.
But I'm also finding every older, more experienced person I can and absolutely pumping them for every bit of information I can get.
As you should, as we all should. Yeah. So I'm seeing guys that worked in shops as like interns, maybe they're going through college, now they're starting shops. Because we're Instagram class of 2016, class of 2026 is here.
Yes.
And they're getting married, they're having babies, they're starting shops, they're quitting their day job, they're buying.
They're taking out loans, they're doing automation, they're
doing all
talking
the
to
big
AI.
boy- yeah, big boy stuff. So it's been really fun to see that. Yeah, this is a I would probably come here if I had to choose IMTS or this. I would definitely come to this.
Yeah.
Yeah, hands down.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what the plan is for Toolpath for future events like this. I don't know if this is going to be an annual thing. I have no idea. I haven't asked Al. No clue. But the value of IMTS is I see new machines, I see new technology, I see new software,
True.
and I meet a bunch of people briefly, randomly.
True. Yeah, that's
It
a
is
good point.
IMTS, unless I have very particular scheduled meetings and a chunk of time is blocked out, it's actually not a time to have any deep conversations
Yeah.
with anybody.
Yeah.
This is pretty much the opposite of that. Now, everyone's trying to meet a lot of people, and so I don't want to ever monopolize somebody like all afternoon.
Right.
But like the chance to sit down in sessions and talk with Rob Lockwood and all kinds of people who like they're continuing to do things that are at the leading edge
Yeah.
of what's available to shops our size. And the fact that we can just ask them questions
Yeah.
and have them answer
Yeah.
is crazy.
You know what the conversations I didn't hear around here was feeds and speeds. Technology is always gonna, it's gonna come up naturally, but it wasn't like, hey, what tool holders, none of that stuff. It was like the bigger picture, like the ownership. And I don't mean ownership of the company, I mean like ownership of just your areas of responsibility. And it was really refreshing for people to be like gleaning wisdom, asking really good questions. The panel's been fantastic.
Yep.
And it's just like the relationships, because I did college wrong for the little bit of college I did. I treated it like high school. I showed up, I did the work, I went home, came back,
Yeah.
I didn't pour into the conversations, the relationships, and this is the perfect thing to establish more of those deeper relationships.
So if you were a shop owner who thought about coming to this and you didn't do it, I think that was a swing and a miss.
Yeah.
And if you have the opportunity to come to this, if it happens next year, the ROI on this is substantial.
Yeah.
It's long term. Like I have not gotten any new work.
Mm-hmm.
I've not tried to get any new work, but this is not an event where I'm going like to a trade show to find clients.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the people who are going to be running in my cohort for the next 5 to 10 years and are going to consistently challenge me and push me to try new things, adopt new technology, improve my team, and push what we do.
Yeah, one note on that. So I met a few people that had emailed me. One guy in particular asked me to speak at his private company, big company, big customer of ours, asked me to fly out and speak at their event. I just don't have the bandwidth.
Yep.
And I politely said, look, this is what's going on. I can't, He's here and he's like, thank you for personally responding. I really want this to happen. And now I'm more inclined to like actually take the time to go out and do this event at his company.
Yep.
Because now after having long talks with him, I see their investment. And I want to be part of his story. So yeah, it's great.
Cool.
Yeah.
At the first panel, first night, one of the comments that made me chuckle, and I forget who said it, was if a comet an asteroid were to hit this room,
Yeah.
all the manufacturing knowledge collected in this room, if this was all gone, we'd probably see a dip in the national manufacturing GDP.
Would go down. Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Which is a funny way of thinking, but when you have the opportunity to be in a room with people who are at the top of their game in many different areas, material science, work holding, tool holding, AI, customer service. I pigeonholed Pete Oxenham, who's the director of product at Toolpath.
Pete Ox. Yeah.
And told him a few things that I would love to see. And one of my initial suggestions was, I know if certain people watched over my shoulder while I programmed in Fusion, they would scream.
Yeah.
You would probably scream if you watched.
I think everyone was.
Chris Zapatini watched over my shoulder while I was doing CAD in Fusion, and he hated it. Hated it. I made my Space Mouse shenanigans made Chris Zapatini go, oh no.
I love
But if there were an AI plugin in Fusion that could watch over my shoulder while I'm modeling and be like, what are you doing? Like, really?
The AI
that
version
way?
of Clippy. I see you're trying to write an email here. It's good.
Like, really? A dimension there? Not a constraint? Why not parametric? Are you stupid? And I would love to have, we're actually going to sit on and go all the way back down.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm going to have to change hands because my hand's getting tired.
Switch.
All right. Something that allowed us to teach our employees our modeling approach as a company, what our best practices